Alright guys, so this is the Microbubble pump right here, and the first step that we want to do in order to get this thing together is we want to put Teflon tape on these barb fittings right here, these threaded connections, and pop them in. This is this is necessary or else you're going to have a leak. So just make sure you put enough on there and then screw it in, and be really careful, you know, because you don't want to mess up the threads. I already got Teflon on all these. Make sure you have them in this order. This one goes up here and it has a built-in, it's like a two-way check valve. Alright? And then this one too. Make sure you just get the right amount of Teflon on there. Alright, so this is a really simple system to install. Alright? There's actually just one suction side, which is going to be this right here, and there's one discharge jet, which alright, so moving on. Now I've drilled my holes onto the walls. You can see the bigger hole down there, that's for the suction, and this other one is for the discharge jet. So I am going to put silicone, a nice bead of silicone right, and I'm going to put a good amount because I don't want it to leak. You got to be really careful when you do this stuff, so you got to put a good amount there. Then I'm going to pop it into the wall, and then I'm going to screw this back piece in. So that's going to be the same thing with this and this. So I'm going to hit pause real quick. Okay, so I put a good amount. There's actually some even leaking right there. We could just wait till it dries up after and just kind of clean it up. Or clean it up with a little towel a little bit, but first I'm going to screw on the back side, and then I'm going to put another bead of silicone right here, a pretty good amount because I don't want it to leak. So I'm going to do that for both pieces, and I'm going to hit pause again. Okay, so now I put some on there. I fill that in, and I'm still going to put a little bit here on the back side, just a little bit more before I tighten it. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of clean this up a little bit. Okay, oops. Same thing on this one. That doesn't look so bad. Okay, and what you guys want to use is use a clear silicone. I ended up using almond because that's all I had right now. And then here's the back side. This is how they should be looking because we're going to put our pump back there. So there you go. They're both shooting that direction. Ideally, what you want to do though is, if you have space, you want to put your suction on, you know, on one side, and then your discharge on the other one. But this is a very small tub, and it has what I would call an apron on this side. So I'm just not going to do it this time. So now we have our pump situated. Okay, everything's tight right there. You know, where the threaded connections. So then you're gonna grab this small elbow. You're gonna place it on top of here, okay, and you know, cement that together. I'm not gonna do it right now, but yeah, do it. And then you're gonna put this little breather. It's got a 3/8 barb on it, so you're gonna put that on there, and that's gonna regulate the air going into your system. Okay, so now we're gonna glue this piece here. It has to go in this order, okay? This is what would I say? 1-inch vinyl on the top, and this is 3/8 vinyl. The small port, that's for the drain on the pump, and the top one, that's for the suction. So I'm gonna glue that in there, or cement that. Then I'm gonna cement this in here too. This is a breather for the suction. It's more of a safety mechanism. So I'm gonna hit pause and get those on there. And I'm also gonna get this barb here, because now this barb is gonna come from our pump discharge to this end here. So I'm gonna cement that too. Okay, so this is done. This is done too. And now we're gonna connect our pipe to that. All right, so I got all my lines running now. I got my 1-inch vinyl and my 3/8 to the pump drain. That way you don't get no water stuck in there. I got my union installed, but they are not glued in yet. They're not cemented yet. But what I want to show you guys is that there's barb fittings. There's a barb fitting that goes on this top side right here, the discharge, and it has 2 holes on it, but it's sealed on this side. It's not open, I guess. And then this one, this is the one that's really going to help you break up the water and create microbubbles. So this has to go up here. Make sure you don't put it anywhere else, okay? Or else you're going to have a big problem. So I just connected my discharge line right there. This is a little bit tight, but I mean, usually you would have your discharge going the other way, but I'm working with a tight space here. So now I am going to put a reducer bushing in here, okay? And then after that bushing, I am going to put this 3/4 inch elbow, and then I'm going to put in this this shut-off valve. Sometimes you're going to need this, many times you're not, but sometimes your pump will be pulling a little bit too much suction, so you kind of need to slow it down in order to make better microbubbles. But I've noticed that it's not needed, but this is what the manufacturer says though. So yeah, put it in there. You may need it, you may not. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with the install now. I got my 3/4 inch barb here. I got this glued up. You guys are going to need some small pieces of 3/4 inch Schedule 40 PVC here, but just very small, probably 6 inches or so, you know, for each side of that 3/4 inch elbow. So now I'm going to put this here and put my clamps, and then I'm all done. I'm going to do a little quick walk around just to show you it all, and just put some water in and get it going. Okay, so here's our final setup. I have this check valve up here that goes to the suction. We got our 3/4 inch vinyl or 3/8 vinyl, 3/4 inch vinyl, and this is our suction. This is our drain for our pump, and then this top one is our discharge. Okay, and now it's all set up, all done. I'm actually just missing a few clamps. I just didn't put them in, but this is gonna work good. I plan to take this down right away anyhow. This is just for a quick test. But there you go. That's everything. It's very straightforward. All right, everybody. So here goes our test. We're about to just turn it on. That way you guys can see how the microbubbles come out. Okay, just pay attention to that small jet. The other one's the suction. And then I left this hose in here just so we can see how fast it covers it up with microbubbles. That way you won't be able to see it very soon. So here we go. I'm gonna turn it on. Pretty soon the whole thing's gonna be full of just pure white, and that's just all air and water mixed together under high pressure. You can't even see the bottom of the hose anymore there. It's already covered up. It's all milky now, the water. Yeah, see, it's even hard to see the jet now. It probably takes about 3 minutes for the whole tub to get completely filled up with microbubbles. It's pretty milky, and it's been about 1.5 minutes. Okay, so that's our setup. Pretty simple. Discharge, suction, drain port right here. And that's it, we did it. We're all done.